I'm Atra Al-Nashar in Washington. President Trump is in Asia this week for meetings with foreign leaders that carry major economic stakes for the United States, including a potential trade deal with China. Making stops in Malaysia, Japan, and South Korea, President Trump's meetings with world leaders in Asia this week carry major implications for America's economy. The main event being Thursday in South Korea with Chinese President Xi Jinping, a meeting 6 months in the making.
We have a lot to talk about with President Xi, and he has a lot to talk about with us.
Since the president's April 2nd Liberation Day, tariff levels and diplomatic relations between the U.S. and China have been on a roller coaster.
They were taking tremendous advantage of us.
I think China's been very respectful of us.
As of now, tariffs between the U.S. and China stand at about 58% for most Chinese goods flowing into the U.S. and about 33% for American goods to China. It was all headed for a cliff after China announced export controls on its coveted rare earth minerals, and President Trump responded with a threat to impose another 100% tariff on Chinese goods if China didn't change course.
I believe we've reached a very substantial framework that will avoid that.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent announcing over the weekend he and his Chinese counterpart have agreed on a foundation for a U.S.-China trade deal.
I'm also anticipating that we will get some kind of a deferral on the rare earth export controls.
Bessent says President Trump's 100% tariff threat is effectively off the table. Trump and Xi also expected to broach the sensitive topics of Chinese production of fentanyl chemicals and China switching its soybean purchases from the U.S. to Argentina. Another issue with high stakes for President Trump, finalizing a deal to transfer TikTok to majority American ownership in order to comply with the U.S. national security law. But China is expected to keep a roughly 20% stake in TikTok, raising red flags for China hawks in Washington.
As long as the Chinese are involved, I think there's reasons for distrust.
While he's in Asia, President Trump said he'd love to meet with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and is even open to extending his trip for it. As of Monday, no plans have been made. In Washington, I'm Atra Al-Nashar.